Language is deeply embedded in every aspect of our lives. Without language, we humans perhaps would not be able to carry out the feats of communication and can't relate with one another. Also, our world might not be shrouded with the things that we have learned and knew up until in these modern days. Hi, my name is Jubilee Tabas.
I am Rutchel Santiago.
I'm Oscar Sigue.
And we are the three.
Rick.
Trio.
And in this time, we will going to dig deeper with the learning theories which can help us in understanding the essence of language and also how a child acquires this. This would also help us in learning the importance of these theories in English language teaching and learning.
Actually, there are two sides regarding with the explanation of how a child acquires a language. First one or the first side stated that there are scholars who claim that a child acquires language through observing and interacting in the environment he or she is living in, and that it is nurtured by his or her parents and other carriers. While the other side deliberately simulated that language is a natural or an innate part of a child. To further understand, let us know more about these theories which talk about how a child acquires his or her own first language. When we talk about first language, it refers to a person's native language or mother tongue. The first theory, the behaviorist or learning theory, which was made by John Watson, Ivan Pavlov, Burrhus Frederick Skinner, and Albert Bandura. This theory focuses on the idea that a child acquires and learns a language through imitating his or her parents and other knowledgeable persons. It also stated that a child can learn best through rewards and by observing behavioral practices or approaches in his or her environment and interacting upon it. Is the second theory, which is the linguistic or innatist theory. Unlike the first one, this theory believed that a child was born in this world with an innate knowledge of language, and that human language is biologically programmed within a child, which allows him or her to easily construct words using his or her own native language. The third theory, which is the cognitive theory. This theory stated and believed that learning a language is part of the child's cognitive development. It is impossible for the child to perceive and understand words that are complex if he or she is not very familiar with it and can't recognize it at all. Thus, he or she needs to learn more about the world first in order to acquire language and gain learnings and connect it with his or her own experiences.
The fourth theory is the social interactionist theory, which is developed by Brunner and Gleason. And for the root word social interaction, the learner acquired language with the use of social interaction to his or her environment. And for the fifth theory, which is the connectionist models, developed by McClelland and Rumelhart, it is also known as the parallel distributed processing, which means the acquisition is at neutral level. The learner acquired language through the use of making connections with his impulses to his brain. And now we're done to the first language acquisition theories. We go to the second language acquisition theories developed by Stephen Krashen. Stephen Krashen's second language acquisition theory. In acquiring language, it does not focus on grammar such as the structures and parts of speech. Language acquisition is done through natural communication between the child and the target language that they interact with. Comprehension is very important in language acquisition. It requires deeper understanding. Acquiring the second language uses the method called comprehensible input, wherein the child learns language when he or she understands what is heard and read. Stephen Krashen is an expert in the field of linguistics, specialized the second language acquisition theories. Krashen's theory of second language acquisition is widely known and create a large impact to all areas of language studies in 1980 up to present.
The importance of teaching and learning English language. There are different learning theories in teaching and learning English language, such as the first language acquisition and the second language acquisition of Stephen Krashen. These theories provide us a basis to understand on how learners learn, and it is a way to explain, describe, analyze, and predict learning. In that sense, our learning theories help us make more informed on how to teach and learn English language, since it simply gives some implication and sufficient learning in teaching language, and more acquisitive in applying and attaining learning theories. It lengthens the notions of English language learners in acquisition of various language, which add up compressing knowledge and using different theories in teaching English language and learning.